Hello everyone, this is Latoya of Infinitenature and I am back with a new video. So today I wanted to do a video that is inspired by my 5-day raw vegan challenge for the fall equinox. Because one thing that I've realized is that when I tell people that I eat raw vegan, they're like, what? Like, if they're not familiar with it or never experienced it, they're like, what do you eat? Like, what? When I explain to them what it is. So, some of the things that comes up is people, they tend to say the things that they can't do, So I wanted to give you some insight on how to flip that, reframe that, and to encourage you that it is possible. I'm not trying to make you do it. I'm not trying to make you do it, okay? But I will say this, if you are interested in doing it, here is some encouragement, okay? So, and I have something that I'm reading off of so that it can guide me into what this video is about, okay? So one of the things that I hear people say is, I could not do this. And I'm here to say that you could if you really want to. And I'm gonna say this, okay? The reason why. I'm from Savannah, Georgia originally, okay? And I grew up on Southern cuisine, and Savannah is a seaport, so I grew up on a lot of seafood, right? So just imagine growing up in the South. And in the South, it's a little slower than the bigger cities and up north and on the West Coast when it comes to plant-based and, holistic ways of living and being. You have places like Atlanta and Charlotte, where it's easier to find plant-based foods and things like that. The culture is a little bit easier. But, places like Savannah, not so much. Even though there are options, but definitely not no raw vegan options. You don't find me eating out unless I go out of town. So with that being said, coming from my background, the first almost 27 years of my life, I was eating the regular standard American diet, okay? And I was able to transition over to vegan and eventually raw vegan. So it is possible. One of the things that helped me is writing it down. When I was really interested in doing it, I wrote it down. And then literally maybe a year later, I ended up transitioning to not only becoming a vegetarian, because I didn't even know vegan exists, but I cut out all the animal products. So it's definitely possible. If you really want to try it, it's possible. And I'm here to support you on that path, especially if you're joining the free 5-day raw vegan challenge, and I have countless videos supporting people who want to, eat healthier or want to eat plant-based completely. It's possible. I'm speaking from somebody who spent the first almost 27 years of my life eating standard American diet, okay? So, and also, you can do this gradually. That's another thing I wanted to say. You can do this gradually. You don't overwhelm yourself. Because I did everything gradually. I waited 3 years before I even decided. Was it 3 years? Hold up. Yeah, almost 3 years before I decided to, try out raw vegan. I knew when I heard of raw vegan, when I first went plant-based, I was like, I ain't ready for that. I knew that through time that I would try it out. And I never thought that I would actually, eat this way for 5 years. It just ended up happening, okay? So let's go to the second one. This is hard. I understand it can be hard, especially when you're used to convenience. When you are eating any and everything like I was at one point in time. It's so convenient just to, I don't feel like cooking. Let me just go, and get me something to eat. Let me just order something, have them come in and deliver it now. It can be a challenge when you don't have people around you that, is on the same path as you are when it comes to eating, a certain way. You don't have an accountability partner. That's why it's important to have that. And if you don't have that around you, that's why we have the beauty of the internet. The internet really truly helps with that, you know, we have access to so much information. There's so much inspiration out there. You can even get you a health coach, or, you know, that to help you on that journey. You know, there's so many ways to, you know, get that support to keep you pushing. And hey, push come to shove, you can pay somebody to prepare your meals. You know, depending on, you know, what you have in your area, you can get somebody to you know, meal prep for you. You know, that's an option. So then the next one I have is, I don't know what to eat. There are so many options out there as far as dishes. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You know, there's stages to all of this, okay? And that's what I did. I didn't just start doing gourmet meals. I did everything gradually, you know? And if you have internet, or you have access to getting to the internet, you can just Google raw vegan recipes, okay? And it'll come up, trust me. You can Google on YouTube raw vegan recipes. Like, it's out there. We have the luxury of having access to so much information. It's out there, okay? You know, and there's people who have the patience to create lovely videos step by step, or make great recipes that they're sharing. So, you know, the key is, if you have the patience, or you may not have the time. Hey, you may not even have the time. You know, you're tied up in doing things. So if you can't find that, you know, find the time to actually prepare the meals, you know, you can always pay somebody to prepare your meals. Because depending on your area, there's people that prepare raw vegan cuisine. Or if they don't, if they're just if they're a chef, or they just know how to make food, period, they can make it work with a recipe or whatever. So, you know, there's options out there. Or if you have some family member that don't mind preparing a meal for you, you can do it that way too. So the next one is, I am hungry. I am hungry. Okay, so that is understandable, especially when you are used to filling yourself up on pasta and breads and potatoes and all this other stuff, and meat, you know. So something you're used to your stomach feeling a little more heavier or whatever. Like, that's why it's so important to even do your due diligence and do your own research. And for me, one of the things I realized about my personal body is that just eating fruit all the time. Now if it's like a avocado, which is fatty, or like a coconut, a young coconut, that's fine. But like, just eating like sweet fruits all day long, for me personally, is just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I like my leafy greens. It's important. I love eating sea vegetables. I love the creamy sauces, and making, you know, creamy salad dressings. And I like, you know, I'm blessed to not have allergies, so I could, the nuts and the seeds, and, you know, making different things in relation to all of that. So having protein smoothies, green protein smoothies, not so much sweet fruity, super fruity sweet smoothies, but like green smoothies, like what you know we make in our household is, you know, having the protein, the raw vegan Garden of Life protein powder or meal replacement. And then we have the leafy greens, along with, like, we put things like ginger, chlorella, or spirulina, bananas, not cashews, but preferably sunflower seeds, but also other seeds, pumpkin seed, almonds, or cashews if we don't have anything else, you know, all that type of stuff. But I'm probably missing other things, but those are the main things that we put in our protein smoothies in the morning, that makes us, you know, it's filling and everything like that. And my daughter loves those green smoothies. My daughter has a rich palate. That's one thing I'll say about that girl, is that she don't turn down nothing unless she don't feel like having it. That girl will eat the things that I didn't like as a child. That girl eats. I'm just like impressed. I'm like, wow, you know. But yeah, that's why it's great to do your own research and to, you know, also listen to your body. And that's why I say do it gradually, so it doesn't feel like you are, you know, just doing too much at one time and it's overwhelming. You know, everybody is different. Even for me, I had to gradually learned what worked for me, and I'm still learning. You know, you'll see even when you look at my older videos and now that I, you know, there's a change gradually. You know, you learn how to be more, you learn what works for your body for one, and you become more knowledgeable on this life, on eating this way, you know. So that's all I have to say about that. But those are, I don't want to keep it too long, because we got it under 15 minutes. So I'm gonna cut it off right now. But you know, I hope this has been helpful. And if you haven't already joined this challenge, please do so. You can find out more information in the description. I'm going to put that there. And you know, you can also connect with me on social media at on Instagram at Infinitenature #1, also on Facebook at Infinitenature, Tumblr at Infinitenature, and Twitter at Infinitenature #1. See you guys on the next video, and you have a great day.